Welcome to my fish room.
That's cursing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Unless you actually say it as HE double hockey sticks, that's not cursing, but the euphemism for HE double hockey sticks is a curse word.
That's not cursing.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it isn't.
Did you know Canadians swear more than Americans and English and everybody else?
Really? I know that.
Apparently, we swear the most in the whole world.
Canadian.
That's surprising.
You're not a Canadian?
I know that.
We let you in anyhow?
Why?
Oh, God.
Aaron!
Well,
Make sure you clean the tubes.
You never told me that before I stacked them.
You clean them from the top. That's underneath there. Pull out the clothes hanger wire with the fluff on it. Handy dandy tube cleaning wire fluff brush. Just pick up the power head and
I'm aware.
my boy is aware.
I gather
No,
you got him
cussing.
doing all the work.
That's not
Yeah.
cussing.
It is good to have a boy to do my work for me.
Yeah, I know.
He's somewhat resistant to the whole idea though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sometimes he's difficult. Well, check out about the dogs. Because, what?
Because you're screaming. I could hear you downstairs.
My voice carries, son.
Because you're loud. And you're doing it deliberately because you think that you have to be because you're on speakerphone.
Aaron,
Hi.
if I was screaming, he would tell me I was screaming. Am I too loud on the phone or is it perfectly fine?
You're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, but everyone else in the entire house can hear you, and that's not necessary.
I'm interesting.
No,
People
you're
like to
not.
listen to me.
I think Darren's getting tired.
Well, what time did you get home last night?
12:30.
You got home at
I
4:30.
said 12:30.
Oh, 12. Oh, you got home early. He was home by 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't wake him up till 6:15.
Yeah, I got home about 3:30.
See? See, I was home by what? 9?
It's a good thing I don't do that. I don't do that too often.
No?
Once a year, twice a year,
Oh, yeah?
once a year, once every 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. You plan it out?
Gamble in the
Oh.
States?
What?
Can I gamble in the States?
When the movie's
Like,
right.
no, because our casinos are 21. I'm just wondering.
Why would you want to gamble any
I was
place?
just wondering.
You know how to do math?
Yeah.
See, Aaron was wondering if he could gamble in the States.
I was just asking a question.
Do you gamble here?
No.
So then why would you want to gamble in the
That's why
States?
I came home early, because they started playing poker, and I got bored.
Ah. Why don't they play for like pennies?
They play $10 a game.
$10? Your friends got that kind of cash?
Yeah,
Wow.
now they do. They all recently got jobs.
Well, they won't keep that kind of cash if they keep gambling.
Now it's spent $4 million since Friday.
400? That's insane. Okay, well,
Does that what I look like?
yeah, that looks fabulous. I'm talking to Aaron.
What are you talking about, this thing?
His friend, one of them has spent $400 gambling since Friday.
Not gambling.
Oh, what?
It's just spent $400.
Apparently his friends just got jobs, so now they're throwing money around like water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last night they were gambling at $10 a hand.
No, not a hand, a game.
Oh, $10 a game.
So the pot was like 80 bucks.
So the pot would be like $80.
Your phone's echoing on.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. I never know why. Are you putting water back in now?
I gotta do my
No,
tanks
it's
too, just
coming
before I
up
go away.
What?
I said I'm gonna do my tanks just before I go away.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I got another load of fish coming in on the 18th or the 17th or the 19th, depending on when you can get a flight.
From where?
Philippines. And then as soon as he gets the list from Hawaii, because apparently there's been a lot of storms around Hawaii, so they haven't been collecting anything, so as soon as they start collecting again, we're going to get the list. And he got a new supplier from Vanuatu as well. So we should have some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike's going to look after my fish room while we're gone.
Mike.
Yeah, you know Mike, my buddy. You've seen him around the store a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, one of those, you know those, preachers you hear out in the woods? They kind of like whistle.
Okay.
Like they sing. Do you hear them singing? I got one on my balcony just sitting there.
Oh, a bird.
No, it's not a bird.
A cicada?
Big thing. I know what we call them at home.
What do you call him at home?
Come off the tree. We used to call them a singer.
Oh, just a singer?
Yeah, the singer.
You heard about the guy that bought a canary and he got home and he found out it only has one leg? So he took it back to the pet store and he was complaining. And the pet store owner says, well, what did you expect? Did you want a singer or a dancer?
Yeah. Oh, boy. These things, did you know these things here, in the winter time, they bury themselves in the ground?
Yeah, that sounds like a cicada. That's where grasshoppers spend their winters too. Did you know that there used to be locusts in North America as well? And we wiped them out?
What?
There used to be, you know how the locusts in Africa go across the landscape and they darken the sun for a few days and they eat everything in their path?
Yeah.
Well, we have locusts in North America too, but we never hear about them because we work the fields up and we kill them.
Yeah.
In that show, Life After People, they figure that about 70 years after people, the first locust storms will start again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be before that.
Well, they figured that's how long it'll take to get the population high enough because locusts don't swarm until there's so many of them that they run into each other at a certain number of times per minute. And if they don't run into each other a certain number of times per minute, they just live a solitary life and they don't swarm.
Well, every 7 years, from what I read.
Every 7 years, the population density gets to an extent where it does this and makes it happen. But they did it, like on the show, they did it where they took a Q-tip or something and they touched the locusts a certain number of times per minute, and then they'd start to swarm. Even if they weren't crowded, they just, because they were touched a certain number of times per minute. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.